I should probably add myself to the stage. Hello, hello, hello. Just a little quick one to go over my most recent TEMU stuff. Um, as you guys know, or if you've seen enough of my streams, you know that I am absolutely hooked on dies. Love them. They're my favorite thing to play with in my craft room. Um, just gotta get better. I like making them, but then I forget I have them, and then when it comes to making a journal, I hardly ever use them. So I have to get better at actually using my toys. I use my toys, I forget to use the product of the toys. Now, a few weeks ago, I showed you the skulls that came in one of my TEMU hauls. And as I was cleaning my craft room, I actually found another one. I don't know how well you can see this. So it's like a banner, the skull, and then a crow. So again, like I've said before, you can do this in multiple colors, which you'll see on some of the dies that I got in this order. You kind of don't, you don't really have a choice in the matter. These ones were a little different types of dies than what I usually have, so it was a little tricky for me. And it took me a little bit to play with them and get them going. But we'll get to the dies in a little bit. I'll show you some of the other stuff first. So I got, sorry, while I was playing with my die machine, I covered up all of this stuff. So I got these different kinds of vintage stickers, label aged, large weight labels, 1,000 pieces. So there's 1,000 stickers in here. And as you can see, there are all kinds of different stickers, different kinds of labels. Let's do this one. These ones are black and white. These ones are kind of reds and blues and greens. This kind of a mix and match. These ones are lots of reds and greens, and these ones are more brown hues. But it occurred to me as I was trying to show you those, I looked over and there was a huge glare. So I figured I'll take them out of the plastic bag. So, this is what the stickers look like and the labels and stuff. So you can choose to either lay it down square like this, or you can cut the corners off, trim that out, and it'd be just the label shape. This is a better one to look out for that. You can see that it, there's edges around the actual label. So you can choose to leave it just as a full rectangle like that, or you can trim it out. I will be trimming mine out. And I suppose a lot of that has to do with just like it's mass cut. So they probably give it that nice big border to try to prevent accidentally cutting into the label, so that they have some wiggle room. See, like this one, these ones are really close to being right there on the edge, but then over here it's really far away. So, in my mind, having all that extra room there is just a manufacturer's decision, so that hopefully they ruin less labels. So I have all these that I got to file and put away in my little things over there that hold all of my stickers and my labels. Well, I love this box, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig through my my box of cardboard that's down here at my left foot, and I think I'm going to make a journal to fit inside this box, and I'll decorate the box so you open it up and there'll be a journal inside. Since I have the nifty difty box, I've got a couple boxes like this actually that close up like this, so I may do that with a few of them. I got a new stencil, which I have not used yet, but as you can see, it's tall. It's a tall tree. They call it dead branches. But I do think it goes very well with my other stamps that I have, that, you know, this set that I have in the 6x6 as well as the 12x12. And I have the 12x12 of this. I have it both in the positive and the negative. So just kind of adding to my tree stencil collection, because I love the look of old, you know, being able to take the paper and just go over it with black and give like the shadow of a spooky, you know, a spooky place. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I also ordered a bunch of these. These are 9 by 9 by 11, I believe they are, or 12, 9 by 12, sorry. They are waterproof. They are plastic bags. They're waterproof. They have the strings on the inside, so they're pretty sturdy. They've got a little bit of give, so they can expand a little bit, but not like super duper a lot. But I got these to kind of help myself organize some of my papers. And I'm just going to grab the nearest stack to me. So it zips in and it'll hold at 8.5 by 11 pages. You know, and you can see, I mean, that's fairly thick. That's almost an entire package of decorated stationery paper, plus the cardstock that's in there. And there was plenty of room. So I got these mainly to help myself organize like my digitals that I print out, and then I cut them out, and then I end up with bits and pieces of the digital kit still kind of hanging around. And then they end up in a drawer or in a box or in a tote or in a pile somewhere, and then I forget about them. So like when I do a shabby dabby doodah, and then I'm done with all of her stuff, I can put them in here, and I'm going to make little labels so that I know which kit is in the envelope. I got 32 of these off of TEMU. Now I am going to tag one of the creators that I watch in this video, because they use these for their monthly club kits. And as far as I know, they're still buying them on Amazon, and they are way more expensive on Amazon than they are on TEMU. So I am going to tag her in it. So hopefully she sees it, and she can see that there's a way for them to cut some cost on their monthly kits. And she is a crafter. She is a crafter, and it's their monthly kits. So you get like an entire box full of journal making supplies. So you get paper, you get, you know, lace, you get all kinds of different components that you use to make a junk journal. So in this set, the 30 counts were sold out, so I got a 20, and of those 20, 4 of them were repeats. I still have no clue what the purpose of this is. I don't understand why you'd need just plain rectangles that look like they're stitched. So, but I do have a set in mind. I'll put this set in my daughter's. I don't know. So there's that one that I had last. This one, you guys may remember this one. Little teddy bears, and then the flowers. So those will go across the hall into her stash. And boy, by the time she gets her own place and is able to take all of these home, she's going to have so much more to play with. All of these were also in this this shipment. These are all nesting. Well, most of them are nesting dies. So these are squares. So if you look really close, sort of without the glare, there's little dots all the way around. So it's kind of like this one. You can see how there's holes in it, right? But these ones are smaller. But they will cut those tiny little holes out all the way around your square. So I got quite the, minus this one, I got quite the little like steampunky feel from this. So like gears, and then every other one is a circle, and it's got those same it doesn't cut the holes, but it'll put like little bumpy indentations in it. And this will, when you like with this big one, it will cut the whole thing out. Like this inner edge of all of these, none of these are a cutting edge. It only cuts on the outside edge of each ring. So you're going to get a solid piece, like almost like a matting frame. Whereas with this one, oh, nope, I take that back. Squares are the same way. There's not a cutting edge. There's not a cutting edge on this side. Same with this. You're going to get the hexagon shape. No cutting edge on the inside. So when you cut it out, you're going to get all of this with a row of holes around the outer edge. Same here. And same here. I thought this was pretty cool. This is like a, they got the little deckled edge like stamps. So you can make like huge faux stamps. But then the next one is like a solid square. And then the next one is another stamp one, and then a square, and then a stamp and a square and a stamp and a square. Or rectangle. Sorry, they're not squares, they're rectangles. But these are going to be fun to play with. I love faux stamps. I've never had a set this big before. So, but with the dots and the holes and stuff, it really kind of like I said, it seemed steampunky to me, which is cool. I'm okay with that because I am slowly gathering supplies to make a steampunk journal, as well as doing some research because I really don't know what steampunk is. I'm going to be honest. These are rounded edge rectangles, so they're not square, they're rounded. And again, there's only one cutting surface. So when you cut this rectangle out, you're going to get this full shape, no hole in the center. So I've just kind of put these all in one envelope as nesting things, and I may separate them out. I haven't really decided. Trying to figure out where I can put them over there. Now, I did find my good tweezers. And not only did I find them, but I had my husband put a little hook. Well, I put the hook in. He went out to the garage and got the drill for me to drill a pilot hole in my table leg over here, so I can hang my tweezers. I won't lose them again, which is great because I needed them for some of these dies. This was another one that came in, and I was looking at this going, okay, I think I understand what this is, but I've never seen anything like it before. And so I was like, well, let me punch it out and make sure that what I'm picturing in my head is truly what the die is. And it was. So you would glue this around the edges, up the center, and between each of these onto your page in your journal. Make sure I stay on frame here. So pretend this is your book page. I have a journal somewhere, but I can't. It's buried. So let's do this. Oops, that's not what I thought I was grabbing. So this is your journal page. Okay. It's actually going to be a journal cover, but we're going to pretend it's a journal page for right now. And my camera's not crooked. I'm crooked. So again, you're going to glue down the edges, up the center, and across each of here in between. And what it does is it creates these little flip down doors. So whatever you glue this on, you know, you'll have images back there, but it creates, like I said, it creates these little doors. So on your base page, you'd have pictures back in behind here. So when you open the doors, you see the picture. And obviously when it's glued down, it works a little better because there's less flippity floppityness to it. But this one's going to be interesting because I've never used even pockets like that before. So kind of excited about that. This is one from my last haul. If you watched it, you may remember it. And I was like, what is this? How does this work? I'm still kind of feeling that way because I did cut it out and it's got holes here, holes here. They're only connected right here in these center pieces. So I'm like, what are you supposed to do with this? You know, so I kind of had the idea of like weaving this, going this way, it'll fold up evenly. But again, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I don't know. So anybody watching, if you have any ideas, let me know. I said the only thing that comes to mind for me is weaving other colors through, you know, kind of like going like that with other ones here and here, and then here, you know, and just every other, and creating like a basket weave. But I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know if that's what that's supposed to do. Give me a shout out. Put in the comments below what you think that was supposed to be. This also is going to give me some new play because these little edges right here are all perforated. Not perforated, they're scored. I guess in this case they are perforated. And so they fold. And what this does is it folds and folds and folds. And it creates a little box, a little edge on each side. So it creates the little, you know, you glue that part down there on all four sides, and it gives you that, you know, 1/8 inch or whatever this is, rise on a box versus, so sitting flat here versus up, you know, you can see how far, maybe see how far my finger is here versus, you know, I'm right on top of the paper here. I hope that's making sense. And then it does come up, you do end up with the center cut. And I don't know if that was meant to go back in the center once you get the box made. See, there's a better example, I guess. See, it folds and folds and folds. And then it just folds under and you glue that down. And then it creates lift. And you do that on all four edges and you end up with something that sits above the surface. So these are going to be kind of cool to start using on covers. You don't usually do 3D stuff inside the journal for obvious reasons. But yeah, this fits perfectly in here. So I don't know that it's necessarily like supposed to be like the base, like underneath it, because it doesn't, there's no way, it doesn't glue on there. But again, I'm going to do some playing with this because I definitely see potentials. for this on future book covers. Come on, just get in there. I do foresee a little bit of a problem getting this inside my my totes for my dies, though. It might be a little tall. I might have to lay it flat. I don't know. We'll see when I go to put it away. Now, I also got this set of tags. There's 5 different size tags. You don't use them like this. You cut them separate. I just have not pulled them apart because I usually wait until I go to use them to do that. But each one has this nice little cloud, like a cloud shape, and it automatically punches the hole in your tag, which is nice. This is still out because I do have an envelope in my totes specifically for tags. Okay, now come the fun ones. I have never had any that require assembly. This one I cannot figure out. And so hopefully maybe somebody has some ideas. What I've typically been able to do is once I have them in paper form, I'm able to play around with them and figure them out. This one, not so much. So this cuts out of the center here. And then you have this, 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 and 2 of these. Where's the other one of those? Oh, there it is. I'm like, there's supposed to be 2 of those little birdhousey thingies. What, pray tell, is this supposed to be? Obviously there's a lock. I mean, there's a lock. But what's the rest of it? What is this supposed to do? And I did them in different colors, just, for variation. But I'm at a loss. I'm confused. So my kid may reverse Google search like she did the last one that I was confused by. Who knows? If this strikes something in you and you're like, oh, I know what that might be, please leave a comment below because I don't get it. I could not figure that one out. Now this one, kind of in the same situation. When I first saw them, I thought it was like a 3D flower because I saw this and I knew it was going to be cutting out like these little fan type things, right? And so I thought it was going to be like, this goes underneath the flower, like this, and you stick the flowers in there in the center, like the flowers would go in here. But these don't bend. Not enough to get up in there anyway. And you end up with flat leaves. So this is all these, and I've actually glued these flowers together. You can see all the different layers. And And they do look cute, flat, to put like the leaves, the leaves behind it, or something to that effect. But again, I don't think that's how it's meant to be. So again, thoughts, guys. If you have an idea of what or how this is supposed to go together, please let me know. Because non-3D is the only way I could figure out how to make it work. But I do like all the flowers put together. Sorry, my fingers are not working so well today. Now, these next ones were a big pain in my butt. And let me tell you, I was so grateful that I found my little miniature tweezers because I needed them. This set I'm going to break down into the different envelopes because I have Halloween and Thanksgiving, which is clearly Christmas. But then there's like cupcakes and some random other stuff that I'm like, I don't even know what that is supposed to be. So again, I'm reaching out to my subscribers to hopefully give me an idea of what they think some of this stuff might supposed to be. Like one of them is what I'm trying to pick up off my table right now. Where's the other one? There's a second one here somewhere. There it is. It got smooshed. It got smooshed. And then there's this. And then there's a little tiny one. The tiny one ended up in a different color. So I figured out what these are. These are cupcakes. This is frosting. I figured that part out. So here's the cupcake with the frosting. And so you can do it with the frosting. The frosting is 5 different pieces. So you can do them in all kinds of different colors, however you want. But all 8 pieces glued together to make one cupcake. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. Make the cupcake. Now I wonder if this is supposed to be a spoon for the cupcake. These are some things that I wasn't sure about. So I have this little thing here. I wonder how close I can get without it getting blurry. So I have this. I have this. I have this circle that has 8 little dash lines in it, which at first I thought sounds supposed to be like a spider. But then I couldn't figure it out from there. And then I have this random circle. Nothing fancy about it. It's just a circle. And then this circle that has a hole punched in it. I can't figure out what any of these have to do with any of this. Additionally, I could not figure out. It's my little broom looking thing. See, I had them all like right here where I could get to them, and my morning got crazy, and yeah. Oop. Over here. No, it's not. So there is these 2 pieces right here. They're stamped out together. One of them ends up looking like this. and one of them ends up looking kind of like, like this, but smaller. Now, glued together, it kind of looks like a broom. Wish I could find it. I don't know why. Should have been right here in front of me, if nothing else. Like, at least, like under the pile of stuff right in front of me. It's not even under the pile. Yeah, remember these from yesterday? But at first I thought it really was a broom, but then that doesn't make sense as a broom handle, at least not to me. And this one doesn't make sense as a broom handle because there's a little paddle at the end of it. So again, I'm like, what is this? I mean, I guess sort of in a way, this kind of, now that I'm looking at it again under a new day, that does kind of remind me of a broom. So maybe that is what it's supposed to be. Not super sure. But again, that leaves all of this. What is this? So yeah, is this supposed to be a cupcake scoop? Which you can't see real well because it's the same color as the frosting, but oh, but I had a yellow one. There's the yellow one. Is it a cupcake spoon? I'm like, cherry, but then that's way too big to be a cherry, right? Right? That's too big to be a cherry, right? Nah, that can't be. Anyway, again, if you have any ideas, please let me know. But there's skeletons, and there's matching bones. So you can do a skull and crossbones. Pumpkin, this says boo, this says yay fall. There's some vegetables, a witch's hat, just some random stuff on here. So I will be breaking this one down, like I said. I'm going to put the food with the food, and then I'll put the skeletons, the pumpkin, the witch's hat, and all that with the holiday stuff. And then I have an envelope already going of stuff that I'm like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. So they're kind of becoming their own thing. Yeah, I'm going to set these guys aside. These guys were so cute, but oh my goodness gracious. Okay. You have your little gingerbread peoples. You can see all the lines in them. Those lines are indications of where other stuff goes. So other stuff. Hair. Hat. Hat ring. Rim. A little bauble on a flower on top. Scarf. A bow. Eyeballs. More pieces to the bow. Cheeks. Pupils. That goes on both. So these eyeballs are for both. Pupils are for both. Her cute little dress. Oops. So eyeballs, pupils. Here's itty bitty little pieces. You can see all those tiny, there's 7 little pieces on there. those cut out and fit inside the scarf. And then you have these itty bitty tiny little strips. That cut out, and it's the icing on her dress, on their arms, and on their legs. I misplaced the top one for her dress. I don't know where it went, and I wasn't gonna bother cutting out a new one. But here is my completed little gingerbread people. Now, they are absolutely adorable. I love them. But there's absolutely no way I'd have been able to do that without tweezers. But they're cute as little buttons. So stinking adorable. But so many pieces. So many pieces. And little pieces at that. It's not even so many pieces, it's how many little itty bitty bitty pieces. And I'm like, geez, I didn't realize that when I bought my miniature dollhouse, I was literally getting a whole bunch of miniature stuff. This little guy is really cute. Not a lot of pieces, but enough. So these are his little pray hands. Little baby face. Oof, this is the hair. The halo. The gown. The hands go here. And the wings go here. Now I got to figure out how I'm supposed to do the eyes, because the die just cuts them out and leaves them as holes. So I got to figure out what I'm supposed to do there. But you little angel, I love the little curls. And you can see the curls extend out. There you go, right there. Little curls there. There's a little curl up here, little curl here. But yeah, I got to figure out the eyes. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. There's an angel. This one was fun. My daughter-in-law is gonna love it. Oops. Let's pull this off. This one goes here. And then there. And then there. And then there. Oop. There and there. Then got eyeballs, pupils, got skates, colors for the skates, and a scarf. Okay, got all those pieces that you have to pull apart, cut out, and then glue together to make the cutest little penguin. And so this is what I've been talking about when, like, even with the solid ones, you can cut them out of very different color, all kinds of different colors, like even on the plants. And then just snip off just above the plant holder and then glue, you know, glue the rest of it on. But you need the base to glue on, but you can mix and match your colors if you really have the patience to do it. But this little tiny piece is the inside of his mouth. How tiny that is. And why he has 3 sets or 4 sets of eyeballs is beyond me. I guess it's so you can give him different facial expressions. I'm not sure. Now, this last one really stumped me. When these came in a couple days ago, I kept looking at it. I couldn't figure out what it was. I'm like, okay, I think I've resigned myself that I just need to get it out, put it together, and then it'll make sense. Well, then I started doing that this morning, and I promptly lost a set of eyeballs. So I never did actually finish putting it together. Because if I later found the eyeballs, I'll show you in a second how I managed to lose them. Let me go this way. So there's beard. There's his eyebrows. Face. Feet. Eyeballs. And shoe decorations. I don't think those are the right eyeballs. I think I put the eyeballs in the wrong envelope. So eyeballs for this one are more almond. Or did I lose the eyeballs again? Which is entirely possible. That is entirely possible. Because I think these are probably the pupils for these eyeballs. But anyway, it wasn't until I started gluing the face together that it hit me like a lightning bolt what this is. So this here, folks, you have is Jesus Christ. So when I find the eyeballs again, I will finish putting him together and see what he looks like all together. But I do have his little feet. Got the little feet. Little hands. Oops, one of those is upside down. This one is upside down. Little hands. The halo. Whoop. Makes sense now. I know it does to me. Now that I'm seeing it all together. I just got to figure out where. I mean, I found them. They were on my keyboard. They blended into my keyboard because my laptop is silver. And I picked them up and I dropped them into one of these plastic bags. I could have swore. But now they're not in here again. This one took a lot of brain for me to figure out, you know, just from the stencil, I mean, just from the die cut, what it was. It took a lot for me to wrap my brain around it because it was like, it was not making sense at all. So yeah, I'll have to go back through them. I probably dropped it into the wrong envelope. And then these I purchased. Bring my black paper back over. So I purchased these four. I'm thinking I'm thinking the gremlins keep getting into my room. I didn't know any better. I'd swear my grandkid was here. So I got these 4 dies. Let's scoot them closer together. So I have this one. This one. We'll go this way. And these also will go into an envelope with some that I have that are paper edgers just like this. There's that one. That one. This one actually has a 4th one, but when I was running it through, the paper bounced and it cut off. It ruined the last one, so I just tore it off. And then this one. So fun little paper edgers. And that, my friends, is my TEMU haul for this go around. Most of what I got, like I said, I got 2 TEMU orders. One of them was mostly household stuff, like my freezer bags for my vacuum seal, the mop and stuff that I got for my granddaughter, some other kinds of storage containers. I have a plant thing coming for my dragons. It's like a self-watering little container, and you stick the seeds on the tray and you stick the trays in, and then you just turn the machine on and it heats, and you program it, and it puts water and it waters them so you can grow sprouts, but on a small scale because I only have 2 dragons. I don't need that much. I don't need a big scale. A large scale operation. And then I also ordered this, which TEMU had to send separately. It is a USB chargeable. The light's up to tell you how much charge is in it. But I can hopefully use this to light my candles for doing my wax seals, so I don't have to have matches and stuff in here. And because it's battery operated, I don't have to worry about fuel. But because there was a battery in there, they couldn't ship it with all of my other stuff, so it had to ship separate, and it took a lot longer for it to get here than any of my other stuff in that order. And then Amazon delivered my art bin yesterday as well, which is what I'm going to be using to organize all of my wax seal stuff, because right now it's in like 4 different containers. And so I bought one big one so I can put them all in one container. And I forgot about this. This is a glue eraser. Miss E was scrapbooking with me, uses these on her channel, and I'm like, what? Didn't know there was such a thing. So when you get glue onto your projects, after it dries, you can come in and you can use this rubbery thingy, and it actually will roll your glue off. But yeah, I had no idea until I saw hers and I was like, what? And I've been on a hunt for them and I saw them on TEMU and you get 2 of them. And they'll last for a long time. Now I'm looking at it going, is there 4 there? No, there's only 2. So as far as I know, these don't dry out. So this one's just going to stay up here in my little box up here with the rest of my supplies that I use on the daily. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and you're still enjoying my my craft supplies that I share with you when they come in. And happy crafting for my crafter friends. Happy watching for those that just like to watch. Hit that like button if you don't mind on the way out. And keep me in the algorithm, and we'll catch you on the next live. Thanks. Bye.